Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Earth, Ernest here, or Ernest P. Wardle here. And today I am going to talk about how some folks in the past may have thought that it was out of luck that I was chosen to be Sailor Earth. It was not out of luck. The beginnings of me being Sailor Earth, or chosen to be Sailor Earth, was already set way back when Sailor Moon and the Holy Stones was being made, even before it was being made. Now, the grounds to why I say this is that there's a film, not on YouTube or Euro. You would think that almost every film would be there, but no, there are other websites. It's on Daily Motion or Daily Work or Daily Shifting or Daily Watching or whatever you want to call it. A website that would say doesn't have the same standards that Euro has. And I'm not going to go talk about all the things that are wrong with the website because that would be another film for another day. So, in this film that someone made, when they were giving their thoughts about me being Sailor Earth, and this was back before I even got in the doll, so had a likeness. And someone on this film said that it was out of luck, that I was just luckily chosen, like a name, name of salves that were played by, I don't know, show players and stand-ups and whatever, and it just spun the can or whatever. Oh, land on Ernest P. Worrell. No, it wasn't anything like that. And the thought of there being a Sailor Earth isn't a new thing. There has always been folks out there that wanted to be a Sailor Earth and Sailor Moon for years. So I wasn't the first one to come up with it, no. But unlike all the other Sailor Earths out there, I was the only one to be a man sailor fighter. Now you can see how that was met with, on one side, you had folks that were happy and were happy for me to be Sailor Earth. You know, a lot of folks were open-minded and felt that, yeah, anyone can be a sailor fighter, no need if they're a man or a woman. And why that had to be a thing, no one seems to know. And then there were the other side, the Sailor Moon followership, that were following the oversight, or thought they had to follow the oversight, and they would gatekeep. And there weren't really as many of those as you would think. Now, being Sailor Earth does come with a upside and a downside. The upside is that, well, in the rest of the Sailor Moon world, you aren't even a true thing. That's right. Not in the books, not in the drawing show, not in the drawing film, not in the plays, not in the song plays, and nothing like that. Not even in the Farseer show either. So there's a lot of freedom that can be taken, you know. And if you go on the interweb and look up Sailor Earth, you will see there are many folks making films with their Sailor Earth. Well, they're all going to be women because a lot of them like to follow the oversight, and that's their own business. But none of them are me, you know. Now, a lot of folks out there might wonder, well, what do you look like as Sailor Earth if you can't shapeshift? There are drawings out there, and one of these days I'll have to show them to you on some other upcoming upload or whatever, or live stream or short or whatever. So at the end of the day, being Sailor Earth does come with some upsides and some downsides. Now, a lot of folks who need be against this, like I said, would be those who want to follow the oversight. only girls or women can be sailor fighters, or sailor keepers, or whatever you want to call them. Those might be the only ones that would be against it. Those who don't really care that much about the oversight would mostly say that anyone can be a sailor fighter, no need if they happen to be a man or a woman. Which that's the way it should be. So, what are my strikes? Well, all my strikes happen to be either weather or earth catastrophes, and those happen to be my strikes. So, every weather you can name, yeah, that's my strike. Every earth catastrophe out there, sadly, yeah, that's my strike. So, those are what my strikes are. And I know someone out there most likely one day is going to want to make a film talking about how I became Sailor Earth or how I was chosen to be Sailor Earth. Like almost every one of the sailor fighters have some kind of back saga. Well, some of them do and some of them don't. The inners tend to have more of a back saga, and the elders tend to have a back saga. But with me, now I know there need be, before I end this film, there might be someone out there saying, oh, so what was your short name? Oh, you mean before I came on the Sailor Fighters? Well, I got there in 2009 YL. I wasn't already in Dawnland like all the other Sailor Fighters were. I was in the 4-1 Reichs and I had to come to Dawnland. So, and at the time, I may have been the oldest of all the sailor fighters out there. Well, I know the elder sailor fighters are more older than the inner sailor fighters, but you know what I mean. And that's about it. Not really much I can say beyond that. My name before that was Sailor E. E standing for Ernest, standing for Earth. So yeah, I guess it kind of works out, right? And if you like this film and you want to watch the other film that Sailor Mini Moon, Small Moon, Little Moon, Rini made yesterday, you can watch that film. And, well, see you later.